Hi, scholars. It's Saturday. It's a beautiful day outside. I just came in and it's sunny and it's warm. And Barney and I are here to say hi and to make a quick video. I just got back from setting out all your materials for your next packet. And I wanted to go over those materials so that everybody knows the expectations for the week. And if you have any questions, your mom or your grandmas or your dads can call me or email me and ask me any questions. But you'll have a good idea of what's expected after this video. The first thing I want to go over is our new sight words. Okay, Barney, go on. He wants to be a part of this every week now. The first word, it's a little word, but it has kind of a special place in our reading and our writing. It only has 2 letters in it. A-N. An. And what this word means and what it does is it's kind of like the way we use the word I want a ball. But if the next word that comes after this has a vowel, then we use an, like an apple. Let me show you. Apple starts with an A, which we know is a vowel, so we always use an apple. If we put car starts with a C, and that's not a vowel. We know that's a consonant. So we don't need an. We can use the word but we need to learn to use this correctly. We need to learn how to spell it, and we need to learn how to read it. So A-N, an. Our next new sight word for our activities, this is kind of a tricky one. It's hard to sound out because you don't hear the A. It's silent, and the CH together makes the ch sound. Like we know TH says th, CH says ch. So it's each. Each of you have a surprise on your packets this week. And I'll tell you what it is later. But right now, E-A-C-H, each. And our last one ends in the same sound, which is kind of cool. See? It ends in a CH too. So the WH together just says w. You don't really hear the H. Which. Which. Which one do you want? So W-H-I-C-H, which. A-N, an. And E-A-C-H, each. Which one do you want? I want an apple. Each of you gets a treat. Those are your new words for the week. So, nothing new in the sight word packet. You're going to make a little word book. You're going to trace each of the words. You're going to cut on the lines because we know dotted lines means we cut. And then put it together to make a little book. And you can use that book to study or to play a game with, or you could play school, or just for practicing. So you're going to do that. You have an easy peasy word hunt. Find the words that are mixed up in those lines. You have a color code sheet. Each, if you see the word each, you're going to color it purple. If you see the word which, you're going to color it yellow. And if you see an, you're going to color it green. And then we have fill in the blank. We'll go over this real quick. Here is, oh, there's a blank and there's an N. Apple. So which of these words has N at the end of it? You can figure that out. And we just talked about that. Apple starts with an A, which is a vowel. So which of those words do we have to put in there? You only have to put one letter to finish the word. Here's another one. It starts with an E, uppercase E. Blank kid has a ball. Each kid has a ball. An kid has a ball. Which kid has a ball? But it starts with an E. And then number 3 starts with the WH, which says W. Each one do you like? And one do you like? That wouldn't fit because we already see most of the letters. Which one do you like? So fill in the missing letters to make the complete word, and then draw a picture for each sentence. So read your sentence or have your partner read it to you. Excuse me. And then draw a picture. Do that for all of them. And then the last one, you're going to trace the words, which, and, each. You're going to trace the word and write the word on the dotted lines, and then make up a sentence using 2 of the words or all 3 of the words, and then draw a picture that tells about your sentence. So that would be fun. So nothing really new there. I know you guys can do that easily and do a good job. And then you are going to get 3 more cards to add to your sight word flashcards. So you're going to write each one 2 times on your card. An, which, and each. And then cut them in half so you have 2 and put them in your pile with the rest of your words. But what I want you to do for your fun sight word activity for the week is I want you to take the words that you worked on last week and along with these new words, and I have them written down here. So you're going to be practicing said, there goes Barney, use, and, each, which. And I have them on the instruction sheet so your parents or your partners can help you with those. I just want you to practice those 6 words, and I want you to make those words, make the letters, and spell out each of those words with the Play-Doh. So do one word at a time. You could do said, and you could make the Play-Doh worms and then make an S, and then another worm and make an A, another worm, make an I, another worm and make a D, and then practice spelling it, S-A-I-D, and then slide it, said. So do that for all 6 of those words. Those are the words that we've been working on the past 2 packets, so that'll be a fun practice. Since that might take a little bit of time, but it would be a fun activity, but it might take you a while, I only want you to do 2 calendar pages this week, and you know how to do that. I'm not getting a lot of pictures on the back with sentences. I was a little sad because I wanted to see what people had been doing all week. So try to take time and do your picture. And this week I want you to draw something that shows me something funny that happened in your house this week. So do the front like you always do. And then draw me a good picture and write a sentence about something funny that happened. That would make me laugh. All right, then you guys will remember these. You're going to have your leveled readers. There's 3. Remember we had 3 reading groups when ring the chime and you'd come up to the reading table and work with me in small groups. There's 3 different books. Some of you will have By the Sea. Some of you will have a book that the title is The Sea. Not see with your eyes, but like the body of water, the sea. Or some of you might have Let's Swim. So I wrote out all the instructions so your parents or your partners can help you. And if you have the sea, I have everything that I want you to do. I want you to look at the pictures. I want a couple of the groups to read some of the pages. Everybody will read their book in the end. But different things to do for each of the the leveled readers. And then each group will have an activity to do at the end, drawing a picture, labeling things in your picture, or making a list of different things. So look at your leveled reader, and then your parent or your partner can read the activities and help you do that. Do a good job, because we haven't done a lot of these recently. So I'm anxious to see how you do with this and how you like it. And I can get these ready for the rest of the school year too, so you can do that. We won't have a big book to listen to on YouTube, because I want you to do this and do some actual reading and sounding some words out, looking at pictures for context clues, making predictions, talking about the author's purpose, why did they write the book, and answering some questions so that I can make sure that you understand what you're reading. Then for our phonics, we're taking a little break from the sound boxes. I'll get some more sound box practice sheets for next week. But next Wednesday is a very special day. April 22nd, next Wednesday is a special day. It's Earth Day. And Earth Day is a day that everybody in the country stops and thinks about ways that we can take care of this earth and ways that we can keep things clean and healthy, keep our forests growing, keep our oceans nice and clean, our air, ways that we can conserve things, which means save things. We can learn about recycling. We can learn about conserving electricity, picking up trash and litter so we don't have a dirty environment. All those things that we can do, but especially thinking about on Earth Day. So I have part of a unit that's all about Earth Day, but it's practicing our phonics skills, how to sound out words, and really focusing on the sounds of letters. And this one is a fun one. This is recycling rhymes. And one thing that you can recycle and use over to make something new out of it is cans, aluminum cans. I don't know if you recycle at home. We recycle here. And if we have a can of soup or a can of pop, we always put it in the recycling bin. And then the men come and pick it up. The recycling company picks it up, takes it to their business, scrunches them all up, and makes new cans out of it. That's called recycling, reusing it to make something new. So what you're going to do here is you're going to name the picture that's on the bin. This is a van. And then you're going to look down here and find the one that rhymes with van and cut it out and glue it on. And the same thing for snail and jar and truck and house and fish. So think of the vowel sounds and then come down here and find the one that rhymes, cut it out and glue it on. Okay? You can just glue the cans right next to the bin. I would glue it right on top of that can. Then here's another Earth Day. Name the picture They already have the vowel for you, so you have to listen and figure out what letter comes first and what letter comes at the end. So you're going to ag. You're going to sound it out. B, b, b. You know what letter makes that sound. Write it for the beginning sound. B, ag. What letter makes the g sound? That's your ending sound. You're going to put that at the end. You're going to do it for all the different pictures. Then you can go back and color the pictures if you want to. And here, this worm looks pretty happy because it's Earth Day. So you're going to read the word. If you can't read these, they're short words. They have a consonant, a vowel, and another consonant. You should be able to try to sound that out. Most of you should be able to do that. D, and then slide it. Mud. D, mud. Come down here and find the picture of the mud, cut it out, and glue it on. So they're all consonant, vowel, consonant words. Sound them out. If it helps you to tap and then slide, and then read the word again. Come down here, cut it out, and glue it on. So I thought those would just be kind of a nice break for you and something fun to do, because I know you all like to cut and color and glue. So those will be a nice practice for you. In math, we're doing something exciting. We're going to start learning about number bonds. That's a very fancy term, and it's a different way and different words to talk about joining two sets together, which we've been doing for a while now. But number bonds are just a different way of setting that up and staying organized so that you can work through the math problem. And what a number bond consists of, it has parts, and then it has a path, just like you'd walk on. And then it has another one down here, which is the whole. So, and you have on YouTube, you have 2 lessons that you can listen to, but this is just kind of a summary. This is what they're going to be talking about. If you had 3 stars and 2 circles, you could split this up and you can put it into the different parts of the number bond. So you could do the 3 stars. That would be one part. And then the other 2 circles would go in that part. And then you would go down that path and you would put them all down here where it's the whole. See? So it's just a different way of organizing our objects into the sets and the whole. But it's really important to start thinking in using those vocabulary words: parts, path, and whole. And this is called a number bond. When you bond something together, that means they go together and they're attached. So this is called a number bond. And the teacher on YouTube will go through the first 2 lessons and show you more examples of this and using those vocabulary words. So it's you get to start thinking about saying those vocabulary words when you're doing these kinds of problems. It's not hard. It's just a little different way of organizing your thoughts and organizing the process to get to the answer for the math sentence. But you'll be doing this a lot in kindergarten and first grade, so it's kind of an important lesson. And then you have 2 lessons on number bonds, which I know you'll listen to like good mathematicians do. And then you have one practice sheet. You have a sprint sheet, which is just a practice of things that we know how to do, but you need to start doing them a little quicker. So you just fill in the missing numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Just kidding. You know what goes there. But do them, it looks like a lot, but it's not. And you should be able to do them kind of quickly now. And really think about how you're writing your numbers and take your time when you're writing down the answers. So that's your math packet, your math work. Then you have 2 pieces of drawing paper. And you know, we are stuck at home and the schools are closed because of these germs, the virus that's still going around. But there's a lot of people that still have to work. The policemen have to work, the firemen have to work, the people that work in the post offices have to work. And they go to work not knowing if they're going to get sick from this virus. But they do us all a favor, all the people that work in the hospitals and the doctors and the grocery stores, because if they didn't go to work, we wouldn't be able to cook dinner because we wouldn't have any food because the grocery stores would be closed or they wouldn't have any food. Barney came back. So it just really, I think about them a lot because when I go into the grocery store, I'm not in there very long and I'm kind of concerned about maybe catching some germs. I'm coming home and washing my hands and using my sanitizer, but they're there all day doing their jobs just so that we can go on and have everything that we need and carry on with life. And it's just a wonderful thing that they're doing. So, right around school, there is a health clinic where people can go if they're sick. And the nurses and the doctors are still working there every day. There's a post office right across the street, right next to the health clinic. There's our post office. And the people are working in the post office every day so that we can get our mail. And if we have to mail something out, they're still working every day. And then across the street from the post office is a Dollar General store. Gary and I were in there looking for some things the other day, and there were all kinds of people working in there, in spite of there being a virus going around. So I thought it would be a nice thing if you use this construction paper and drew a beautiful picture. Anything you want, as long as it's pretty. It can be a picture of you and your family. It can be a picture of nature. It can be a picture of heaven. It can be a picture of Barney. It can be a picture of anything. But then I want you to write the sentence, "Thank you for helping us." And when I get these back in your packet, I'm going to collect them and I'm going to go down to school and I'm going to give some of them to the people that work in the health clinic, the nurses and the doctors and the receptionists. And I'm just going to give them some beautiful pictures and tell them that the kindergartners at Holy Angels made these to make them happy. And they can hang it up in the clinic. They can take it home and put them on their refrigerators. Just something to make them know that we're thinking about them and we're thanking them and we appreciate everything that they're doing. And then I'll take some down to the post office and I'll tell them the same thing. And I'll take some over to the Dollar General store just to show them that we appreciate what they do and we thank them. So do a really good job on this and do a nice job writing your sentence. Thank you for helping us. Don't forget your uppercase letter at the beginning and your punctuation at the end. I think they'll like that a lot. Then science. I told your parents that nature walk, it was too cold. It was cold, and I got some snow at my house. It was just dark and windy and cold and yucky. And I said, don't go on your nature walk. Wait until next week when it's the week of Earth Day. It's supposed to be sunnier and a lot warmer. So you can go on your nature walk this coming week and fill out your form using your 5 sentences. You can list or draw pictures of what you see on your nature walk, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste. And yes, there's a little goodie that you can take. I put it in your folders, and what you feel. So you can do that this week. And I also listed a really cute Earth Day video. It's like a science video, but will teach you all about Earth Day and how you can help keep the planet nice and clean so we don't run out of things, so we have clean water and clean air and healthy trees and grass. It'll teach you all about recycling and conserving things and everything we need to think about on Earth Day so we can take care of the earth. It's a little video, and I have it on the papers. Your moms and dads can pull that up on YouTube too. The only other thing I included was some Earth Day activities. This is only if you want to do it. You don't have to send these back. These are only for fun. There's one with a nice picture of part of the earth and the sun and the clouds and healthy air with sight words are hour, look, will, and after. And you can color it according to the color code, only if you want to. And then we have another one with the recycling symbol, which is arrows, which means you take something and you turn it into something else. You don't throw it in the dump. You don't throw it in the trash. You recycle it, which means you can reuse it and turn it into something else. And that's another one working on the sight words help, run, you, and can. And then they have the color words, and you can follow the code and do that for fun. Okay, I think that's all the work, but I do have a wonderful, Barney's sleeping, have a wonderful book. I wonder if this looks familiar to you guys. It looks like another book that I read. That's one of my favorite books. Do you remember what the other book was called that looks like this? Because it's the same author and the same illustrator. The other book that we read it around Martin Luther King Day when we were celebrating Martin Luther King and all the wonderful contributions that he gave to us. And it was called The Peace Book. Remember that? About different ways that you could interpret peace and what peace meant to the author. This is called The Earth Book, and it's by Todd Parr, and he's also the illustrator. I like his illustrations, and I like the way he writes. I just think that it's really a good book for kids your age. So we'll read this one, and this is about Earth Day too and taking care of the earth. The Earth Book. With that big old heart right in the middle of the earth. We do need to love our earth and take good care of it. I take care of the earth because I know I can do little things every day to make a big difference. I wonder what we can do every day. Now, I use both sides of the paper and bring my own bags to the market because I love the trees and I want the owls to have a place to live. Because you know what? When we make paper, we make them out of trees. And if we make paper, we have to cut the trees down. So we can't waste paper. We have to conserve it because we love our trees. And so do the owls. I turn off the faucet while I brush my teeth and use less water for my baths because I love the fish and I want the oceans to stay blue. So we have to take care of the trees and we have to take care of the oceans. I take the school bus and ride my bike because I love the stars and I want the air to be clear so I can see them sparkle. And when we use a lot of cars and trucks and buses, all the smoke and the exhaust that comes out of those vehicles can pollute the air. So it's good to walk or ride your bike when you can, or take a bus where a lot of people are not taking a bunch of cars. They're all riding together. I try to eat every bite on my plate and save my leftovers because I love watching things grow and I want there to be enough food for everyone. We don't want to waste food. I think Barney's liking this book too. I remember to turn off the lights and shut the refrigerator to save energy because I love the polar bears and I want the snowmen to stay cool. Because if we use too much electricity, our environment can get too hot. And then the polar bears won't have ice and cold water to live in. And the temperatures will get too hot, and we wouldn't be able to have snowmen for very long because the climate would get very warm. I throw garbage into the trash can, and I recycle glass, aluminum, paper, and plastic because I love to walk barefoot in the grass, and I don't want to move to Mars. Why would we move to Mars? Because maybe we'd run out of room on Earth. Most of all, I take care of the Earth because I want us all to be happy and healthy. And then there's 10 ways I can help the Earth. Number 1, turn off the lights. Conserve that electricity. Number 2, recycle. Aluminum, plastic, paper, glass. Number 3, save my leftovers. Don't waste food. Number 4, be nice to the worms. They have important jobs to do too. They help our Earth. Number 5, share a book. It's nice to share, and then we don't have to cut down so many trees and have all these books. Number 6, plant a tree. Number 7, use both sides of the paper. Don't waste paper. Number 8, save the water. Conserve the water. You don't want to do too much. When you're brushing your teeth, the water doesn't have to run that whole time. You can get your toothbrush wet with the toothpaste on it, and then turn the water off. Brush your teeth, turn the water back on. That way you're conserving, you're saving some water. Number 9, clean up trash. We don't want a lot of litter on the ground. Doesn't look good, it's not healthy, and it is not good for the earth. And number 10, put my underwear in the freezer when it's hot. I'm not going to do that. I think they're just being silly. But I do think we don't want the earth to get so hot that we have to put our underwear in the freezer. That would not be good. But look at number 6, plant a tree. Planting a tree is good for the earth, but it's also good for the air because trees help our air stay nice and clean. And guess what? Miss Baldini got 10 itty bitty tree starts, little saplings. They're little sticks about this long, and the roots are in a bag, and everybody has one on top of their packets. And if you have a place that you can plant it at your house, or maybe at your grandparents' house or your aunt or uncle's house, if you have a place that you can plant this tree, you can take it because there's one for everybody. But if you can't use it, just leave it there, and maybe Miss McShay's pre-K could use it because they didn't get any. So that was just a really wonderful thing that Miss Baldini did for us, and it's there with your packet. So take that with you and plant it. That would be fun. That could be part of your science assignment too. Plant your tree if you can find a good place. And I guess that's it. I guess that's it for this week. I was able to talk to some of you on my phone by FaceTime and some other site that I'd never heard of, but I figured it out. And that was so much fun. I do enjoy being able to keep in contact with you and touch base with you. So if you want to do that, tell your moms and they can call me or email me and we'll set that up. Okay? So do that. Keep making good choices. Keep being kind. Also start thinking about being kind to the earth and ways that you can help to take care of the earth because it's the only planet we have and we need to take care of it. And Barney slept right through this lesson. I hope you don't sleep through your lessons, but I hope you do a good job, do the best you can, work hard, cooperate with your parents, be kind, and have a great week. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.